So sometimes I ask myself, we say we love, but do we love our brother enough to discipline ourselves? Amen. Do we love our brother enough to discipline ourselves? The Apostle Paul wrote, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate," or is disciplined in all things. "Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible." And what is Paul talking about with that incorruptible? They're talking about that they're using analogies that when you bring someone to the Lord, it is like you have a crown in heaven. That God is going to bless you eternally every time that you bring someone to the Lord. Amen. God is going to bless you and give you blessings because you have brought one. And I want you to think about this. All of y'all are parents up in here other than Javon. And can you imagine if one of your kids were lost and then someone brought one of your kids, saved one of your kids, what you would be willing to do for that person? Amen? Like if that kid could not be found, there was an Amber Alert, and then someone pulls up and everyone's losing their mind, and your child is lost and no one can find them, and then someone pulls up and says, "Hey, I found your baby." Can you imagine the love that you would have in your heart for that person? That's how God views you when you bring somebody to the Lord. When you bring someone back to Him, that's how God looks at you. That's how God looks at you. So Paul says that he disciplined himself because his ability to discipline himself directly influenced his ability to reach others. Amen. And I share that with you because the young lady couldn't even serve us or couldn't take care of us because of a lack of discipline within herself. Amen. It's always blows my mind with Christian events that even though I always say Christian events go well despite us, not because of us. Amen. Because God has a way of working it out and making stuff happen and putting it all together. Even though we seem to work against Him and we even hijack ourselves, but God has a way of making. And I always wonder, like, man, Lord, I wonder how awesome an event would be if everybody actually did what they were supposed to. Like, it's already good. Oh my goodness, it would be like touching heaven if everybody did what they were supposed to do. Amen. If they had the inner discipline to do what they were supposed to do. And I ask myself, do you have enough love of your brother to discipline yourself?